Hey guys and girls, welcome back to the workshop. So in today's video I'd like to talk about this piece of equipment that I have here. I was digging through some bins over at a buddy's tool warehouse and I stumbled across this. What originally got my attention was I've been looking for a micrometer mount for my lathe tailstock. So I can, use the tailstock precisely as far as depth of holes being drilled and tapped and whatever. So long story short, I picked it up, not knowing what it was, but figuring that I could figure out how to modify it somehow to fit my lathe. And of course, that's how all good stories start. You end up somewhere totally different than where you intended on being. Well, this item here looked like it could fit on the quill, and I thought that was a good start. And I thought that possibly I might be able to use some of these other parts, or if not, I could just take this and run with it. So in the meantime, I got back to the workshop and I decided to do a little digging and see what this actually was. Now I did find a name on it. It's called Deep OL. So I've never heard of Deep OL. Maybe some of you guys have. So I had no clue as to what it was. And even today with the kids' terminology, they might say Deep AF or something to that matter. Not that that equates to this in any manner, but what the heck is Deep OL? So I opened up the old confuser and went on the interweb and Googled Deep OL with spaces, without spaces, and finally I determined that it was a tooling product and it was made by Indicol. And sure, lots of places had it for sale, MSC and a bunch of others. So at that point I found out it was an indicator for your quill. So you can kind of mount it on the quill and you go ahead and put this gauge on there and you could see, precision as to how deep you're drilling. Same thing I wanted to do on the lathe, except on the Bridgeport. So now that I know it's made by Indicol, well, who makes Indicol? I tried to go to indicol.com, or I googled Indicol company and I didn't find anything. And after about a half hour of searching, I found out that Janesville Tool and Manufacturing made this, and that's who makes the Indicol products. So I ended up going to their website and they had a PDF brochure that I was able to download that had pictures of this mounted to a Bridgeport. Now, I mean, you would know that this would go somewhere on the quill, but you really don't get an idea as to how the rest works. And having never seen one before, I certainly had no idea how it worked. So now that I had the picture of it, I was able to install it on my Bridgeport, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you how it works. And just I have the actual PDF open now. So they have a description. They're saying it installs in seconds, clamps securely without machine changes, covers the entire 5-inch quill travel, does not interfere with the fine feed wheel, and eliminates errors. So that was kind of cool. So let me go ahead and bring you over to my Bridgeport, and I'm going to show you how this is installed. And it's a pretty cool item, actually. So in that aspect, we fixed something up on the Bridgeport, but in another aspect, we're still back to not having anything for the lathe. But I think we might just go ahead and make something eventually from scratch, because that might be a better idea. Alright guys, we're here at the Bridgeport, as you can see, and don't mind the mess, it's a little messy back here. But here it goes. I was pretty amazed how simply this operates. It's a 3/16 hex that mounts to your, I'm not even sure what this is called. You put a little torque on it because you don't want it moving. She's on there good now. And the second piece actually just goes right there. And it fits right in here. Now mine is actually broken. There's supposed to be another finger knob which is broken off, so I'm gonna actually go right to Indicool and order one, but for now I'm gonna use the Bubba method. I can't put an Allen key in there because wherever the thumb wheel was busted off was there. So now that's on tight, and then finally you put your depth attachment in here. You tighten that, and I guess if I had a this micrometer has a 1-inch travel. If I had a micrometer with a longer travel, so effectively I can go ahead and get 1 inch of precision here. So let's say I'm gonna we would like to keep the quill up as high as we can, so we can move this up. We're gonna find the top of our part, so we're gonna bring the indicator down. Let's say that's the top of our part. We'll zero it. And then let's say we want to mill a 1/2 inch hole, or let's say we're going to just mill a 80/1000th of an inch depth. So then we just go ahead and move our arm down. And there you go. We're at 80/1000ths. Well, you get the idea. So that's it. That's how it works. I think it's a cool addition for the Bridgeport. I do have the X and Y axis computerized at this point. And I also have a Z scale that I'm rebuilding, so I can put a Z axis on there, so that should be fine. But in the meantime, this is great. So I highly recommend this to you guys. It seems like it could really give you some precision, better than using the what do you call it, the Z, the knee, and surely more accurate than the scale that you get with the Bridgeport. Although you can possibly even you know, there is a hole here for an indicator or depth stop right on the quill itself, so you could do something like that too. But I bought this used. I picked it up for I think it was $70, and that came with the micrometer. So if you could find one used on an interweb somewhere, or your local tool guy, you should just go ahead and pick one up. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you guys are doing something cool in your workshop, and I hope you're at least having some fun. So have a good day, and thanks for watching.